I don't have time for this bullshit.
Ha! Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. All this guy ever does is BS. Anyway, it's time for another edition of BSing with Big Nate.
Revenge porn. It's the new Mutiny on BS with Big Nate, our first of 2021. It just feels right because, well, their self-titled EP dropped today. Join today, this evening, time of day, doesn't matter. Jeremy, Jason, Mikey, gentlemen, hello.
Yo. Thanks for having me yet again, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about this one. I've been waiting for this EP to drop, and first off, really solid work. I love it. We'll talk about it in a second, but I want to talk about something that happened before we got on air. I think it needs to be addressed and brought to the public's attention. Mikey is a grown-ass man who doesn't know how to pour a beer. So,
oh my God. See,
so hold up your glass, Mikey. Stop drinking it. Hold it up. Most of the portion you see that's glass
Was head.
is head.
Like it was easily at least 50 head. At least.
Mikey, do
I
you
was
get
told I was told by a very drunken Irishman to pour it right into the center of the glass, and that's what I do.
Whatever. Hard portion for nerds.
Could be a lie. Who knows? Who knows?
All right. So the EP's dropped. I want to get thoughts from you guys first. How does it feel that this is finally out in the ether now?
I'm super stoked on it. I mean, God, it's been what, six months since we dropped the first one? Since the first track. So it's rad having it all in one spot. It was rad ramping up to it.
Yeah. It's like we finally gave birth. It's finally done. Now we can move on to the next. So it's good that it's out. People seem to dig it. Wait, those iTunes checks and Spotify checks to start coming in.
That $40 check over the last year, that's been nice. $40. I'm gonna buy a beer for it.
I wonder if there's like a master class we can take online and get Mikey like some beer pouring lessons. I think like, you know what? I'll chip in. I'll match whatever you guys are paying and we'll help him out. It's something to me because I've been talking to you guys throughout this whole process and I asked you guys kind of at the onset of our call before we got on air if you guys actually like went to your day jobs today. And I mean, I can't speak for Mikey because he was fashionably late, but Jeremy and Jason both went to work today. And I'm just having trouble wrapping my mind. Like, does it feel like just another day or does it feel, a little more special?
I'm always pretty stoked whenever we drop something. Like I'm excited the night before and then wake up and like, there's definitely an agenda going on. Like I don't get much done at work when I go to work because we got to spend the day like pushing it and promoting it and thanking everybody, the kind words and telling everybody else to kick rocks that had bad words to say about it. It's a busy day for sure.
I haven't heard anything bad. But I haven't heard anything negative about it so far.
I'm gonna have to
I haven't yet.
I haven't seen anything negative. I have seen you guys post a couple of reviews so far, and everything seems real positive. There was one that you posted that I can't remember who wrote it, but it was extremely spot on. It's very cohesive, I think is the word that this writer wrote, but there's something about the entire piece, having it all together. If someone were to be like, what does the new Mutiny sound like? What do they play? You can drop a needle any spot on the EP and kind of get a feel for it, which is, I think, exactly what an EP should be. I also appreciate that it's relentless. It doesn't quit. Everything hits harder than the last. And you guys obviously don't pull any punches. Of course, with Cruciform, I was like, man, there's really something here. And then Mikey, I think your dogs are attacking.
They just muted off.
Sorry,
that opening line of revenge porn
as well
is just so powerful. So I want to ask, because we got to talk about that single because it's now the one that everyone's hearing for the first time. What was the lyrical, what was the mindset you went into, writing it and putting it all together, Jason?
For revenge porn?
Yes, sir.
This is actually the one that it's pretty blatant. It's pretty on the nose. When we first started writing it, it took me a while to get the cadence and stuff together and figure out exactly what I wanted to do lyrically. But the whole time I was like, man, this song is like really filthy. Like the music just feels gross. So I was like, I want to write something gross. I was, what's grosser than child abuse? Not much. There isn't much grosser than that. So I kind of took the Janie's got a gun route. It was also right around the time where the QAnon Pizzagate stuff was going on, and everybody was picking up this torch like they just found out that the children getting trafficked and it was a thing. And hashtag the children started trending and everything, and it kind of like I'm just so jaded, I guess. Like it just kind of irritated me. I was like, oh, now everybody cares. What are we going to care about for the next 3 months? Oh, missing children. I was like, dude, they don't have to be missing. There are kids, you know, right down the street of the trailer park, you know, being the victims of abuse. If you really give a shit, you know, maybe work a little bit more locally. Yeah.
No,
But
I think that's really important, and I'm glad, you know, you didn't pull any punches with it. It's something that the trend I've noticed is that whatever is trendy is kind of what everyone decides to be socially active about. I remember in particular back in the Coney 2012, I don't know if you remember that hashtag trending for a while. The dude literally has child soldiers, and then nothing came of it. That dude's still like out on the loose doing his despicable stuff.
right.
And, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like it's just becomes a hashtag and loses sight of the real message. And I think revenge porn, kind of like you said, it does feel dirty, but it's done in such a way that it's not just obscene. It's not like it actually really kind of hits you with a lot of power. So I'm a big fan of the track. I want to talk about the musicality of it. As far as laying that down, what was the process with this one? I mean, obviously Jason said, heard the song, felt dirty and rolled with the lyrics. So, I mean, do we come in with a riff, with the drum beat?
Yeah, what was I can't even remember. I mean, this was the first track I think we worked on for this EP after we released the first group of singles from the last project, and I can't remember where the riffs and everything come from. Jeremy, do you remember where this song?
Yeah, it was it came together pretty quickly. I remember it was just kind of that a riff, just that there's that kind of that ride riff that kind of has some stops in it, and we just started grooving that. It was like, okay, where do we go from here? And we, you know, kind of came up with the verse, and I mean, it all fell together pretty easily. And then that, you know, the outro section, I think we kind of formulated the whole song in, I mean, like 1 or 2 practices. Like it was pretty quick.
Yeah, taking a whole lot of.
Yeah, and we, you know, the lyric. I mean, you know, you drop down the lyrics and came together pretty nicely. I remember hearing it, you know, when we were recording it in the studio, and you were laying down vocals, and I was sitting in the booth, like me and the engineer, and we just kind of looked at each other like, well, okay, this is where we're going. Yeah, it came together pretty easily. You know, Mike does some, you know, some great drum work throughout it, but especially towards the end of it, you know, he kind of gets a little bit of the double kick going on there. So that was kind of cool. But
Yeah, it's really cool on the drum wise. It's like you come in super fast, like punk beats, and then like these guys always, it's like cracking a whip, you know, like simplify the beats, keep it simple, but like sometimes they let me unleashed a little bit, and like that's the beginning and the end of the song. Like I really like the whole thing the way it goes, because the beginning's real punk rock, and then in the middle it's just like this driving breakdown, like the whole time it's just driving, and then you get back to the end of the song and it just starts punching you in the face again. It's like, and that with all the lyrical content, it just fits together really good. I love this song.
The song's like a really good kick in the teeth. It also, to me, when I'm listening, it's almost cinematic because that first 40 seconds when you're really just kind of feeling the groove of the music, and then Jason comes in with those like opening few lines, like it's really like I don't know. The first time I watched the lyric video, it just like washed over me, like holy shit, you guys are really onto something, and it's relentless. You guys, like I said, don't pull any punches. I do want to ask, of course, the EP out now. What are each of your favorite tracks off of the EP?
My favorite, I think my favorite as far as favorite one to play is Narcissist. I think sonically my favorite one is Echo of You.
I'm probably right there. I don't know. I like playing them all live. I mean, Echo's kind of the, I guess, ballad of the EP. If you had to say, what's the song?
If there is a chill song, it's that one.
Yeah, song. It's funny. My mom called me today. She's like, "I heard your new song." I was like, "That's cool." She's like, "I really like Echo, though." I was, "Hey, mom, thanks." I was like, "You didn't like the whole first couple of lines in this one, or what?" But yeah, no, I mean they're all fun. I'd probably say Narcissist is probably my favorite. I do like AGP. I do like A Godless Promise though too. So they're all fun. They all have their own place. So
Yeah, it's like picking your favorite kid, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I go with the sound man on this one. My favorite song's the last one.
play our favorite last.
For me, not that you guys asked.
Yeah,
It's a toss up. I really, like I said, man, Revenge Porn hit me in the face. So it's got to be between that and Cruciform. Those ones, like,
Awesome.
absolutely stand out to me, are my favorite to listen to. The whole thing is really solid. And you actually, you touched on something I was thinking about earlier today is Echo would be the ballad if there was one. There's really not. And I love that because it feels like now with the direction that rock's kind of taking is everyone's got to have a ballad. If you look at Disturbed's last like 6 or 7 radio singles, they've all been these slow, like real mellow. And frankly, it's getting painful. Like this, to me, this EP is pretty refreshing. I'm glad to hear like rock with some balls. I'm glad to hear like that punk mentality. And I'm like, it's just so cohesive. It's well mixed. And I think it's a really solid product. I've got to ask a couple of important business items. Firstly, where all is the EP available?
It's everywhere that you can download or stream music for the most part. iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all that. Check out our social media for updates on stuff that we're working on in the future for sure. We're already talking about going back into the studio again. We've got a good cycle going, so there's definitely going to be more stuff coming down the pipe this year.
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, that's something. Another thing I want to point out, like with all the other ones, there's a lyric video for this, and the lyric videos usually, to me, lyric videos can get kind of boring and stale. But each one kind of has a vibe that like very much so matches the song, and they're very well done, very well pieced together. So I don't know who you guys had doing that, but
that
fantastic, Jim.
was actually a really good friend of mine. Great producer, great musician. He was the drummer at one point in my old band, and then he moved to guitar. His name's Robert Connell. It's Robert Connell Media. The dude's awesome, and I mean, you can send him whatever, and it's like he just gets it. Like he can hear something and then visualize it. We really don't have to give him a whole lot of guidelines. We just send him the track, and he bounces an idea off of us. So if we dig the idea, we just tell him to run with it. So really talented dude. So if there's anybody out there in need of recording of lyric videos, anything like that, please hit him up. Dude does awesome work, and his prices are stellar, so definitely check him out.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the new EP's out, and you guys are already talking about entering the studio again. Like, are we at a point where you say you've gotten outside? How much would you say you have written that you're ready to, enter the studio?
We've got one song that's about wrapped. We've got 2 other ones that are getting there, that are about ready for lyrics, and then we've got riffs for days that we can piece other stuff together.
I don't know, man. I keep telling these guys I got like 3 beats left. I got maybe 3 beats left.
Yeah, we've got
It's a wrap.
Yeah, we've got. We'll probably shoot for another 5 this time again, unless something pops up and we just the floodgates open. But like Jason said, we're kind of on a cycle here. We've got, I mean, music's done for 3 tracks so far, I think, and he's got vocals that he's got to do on 2 more. I think he's got vocals kind of firm on one of them, and then we've got, you know, some other skeletons that we're hashing out. So we're hopeful to get everything squared and get our pre-production done to hopefully get back in the studio maybe late March, early April.
April, yeah.
Yeah. Be able to
probably drop around July, you know, again.
Yeah, somewhere in there, maybe late June, July, hopefully, with you know, barring no setbacks. So that's, and we've been kicking around some ideas too about doing something interesting. I think we've kind of exhausted the lyric video aspect. So I think we might try to do something interesting with the next set of songs visually as well. So we're kind of in the beginning stages of piecing that together. So if it comes together, I think it'll be really cool and interesting and different. So,
Okay, Mikey, you need to unmute your mic. I'm sorry, Jeremy. This is just Mikey. Mikey, what have you done?
You're a monster.
Little thing of beauty. Isn't it nice? It's wonderful.
I feel like he's now just taunting us. All right. Like, wow, that's just my whole train of thought out the window. That is all right. You guys, I know things are kind of right now with COVID and everything getting back to where we're starting to shut things down. Do you guys have any shows or anything lined up coming up?
we don't.
We did have a month. Go ahead.
I was going to say we did have a show that we actually had to pull out on. So we don't have anything currently on the books right now. Yeah, we're kind of in the writing phase, and hopefully get these songs squared away. And we're hoping things start opening back up. And once that happens, once we kind of get a better idea on what that all looks like, I think we're going to be hopefully playing a lot more shows this, in a couple of months. But yeah, we don't have anything on the books. The January 30th with our buddies in 434 and Baltimore Steam Gun, we had to bow out on. It just we had some things kind of happen that we needed to pull back on, so we were not able to do that one, unfortunately. But hopefully, once things start cooking here, we'll be out in force. Would love to get up to Blacksburg, Radford area and play a show sometime. So
I love that.
Yeah,
got together.
Absolutely.
Well, the new Mutiny's self-titled EP out now, available, where you listen to music. You guys know how to do it by this point. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to much more as the 2021 rolls on.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.